We love Stranger Things, mostly because it's the ultimate underdog story. A group of nerdy kids, a grieving mom, and a small-town sheriff outsmarting the big bad government to save the world. It's nostalgic, it's fun, but it's also completely impossible. We aren't talking about demogorgons aren't real impossible. We're talking about the government. In the paranoid peak of the 1980s Cold War, if a gate to hell opened on American soil, Chief Hopper wouldn't be fighting bad guys in hallways. He would be facing the full might of the U.S. military-industrial complex. If the events of Stranger Things were real, the party wouldn't last a season. They wouldn't last a weekend. Here is exactly why the real 1980s government would have crushed Hawkins in 24 hours. Let's start with the security. In the show, Hawkins National Laboratory is treated like a spooky high school. Hopper breaks in by punching one guy. Steve, Dustin, and Robin find a secret Russian elevator in a mall. Kids literally walk up to the perimeter fence. In reality, Hawkins Lab is a Department of Energy facility housing nuclear secrets and human experiments. In the 80s, these places were fortresses. We're talking about layered defense. Motion sensors. Yes, they actually had those in the 80s. Ground radar. And armed patrols with strict shoot-to-kill orders. If Chief Hopper tried to punch a gate guard at a top-secret black site during the Cold War, he wouldn't wake up with a headache. He would be dead before he hit the floor. And the kids? They wouldn't get within a mile of the fence without being picked up by a perimeter patrol. Next, let's talk about the Manhunt. When 11 escapes, Dr. Brenner chases her around town in a few vans and taps the buyer's phone. They act like clumsy burglars. You have to understand what 11 is to the government. She isn't a little girl. She is a multi-million-dollar biological weapon capable of remote assassination. If a weapon like that went missing in 1983, the response wouldn't be local. It would be federal. Within 6 hours, the FBI would have locked down Roane County. State troopers would have checkpoints on every single road. Every phone line in the county would be routed through a listening post. 4 boys hiding a distinct-looking girl in a basement? In the real 1980s, a door-to-door federal sweep would have found her by Tuesday. Mike Wheeler wouldn't be teaching her words. He'd be in a federal interrogation room. But the biggest lie in the show is how they handle the gate. They treat an interdimensional portal spreading toxic spores like a bad chemical spill. They send in guys with flamethrowers to manage it. In the real world, a biological gateway expanding on American soil is an extinction-level event. The response wouldn't be containment. It would be scorched earth. The moment the CDC realized the vines were spreading and monsters were coming through, they wouldn't try to study it. They would bury it. Martial law would be declared instantly. The town of Hawkins would be evacuated or quarantined. And if the gate kept growing, the president wouldn't rely on a psychic kid to close it. The 1980s solution to an uncontainable biological threat was simple: a tactical nuclear device. They would vaporize the site to ensure the infection didn't spread to the rest of the country. Stranger Things is a great story about friendship, but if you drop those characters into the real 1980s, the story is a tragedy. Hopper is shot on day 1, 11 is captured on day 3, and the town of Hawkins is a crater by the end of the week. The real government doesn't get outsmarted by kids on bikes. It flattens them with bureaucracy, manpower, and overwhelming firepower. Thanks for watching, and remember, keep the door open 3 inches or the feds will kick it down.